All right, guys, let's get rocking and rolling. Sarab Angel with her marketing experience might be able to give me some feedback points on today's presentation.
Yeah, she wanted to join. Just could not get out of the meeting at work, but she said that she'll look into the recording and get back to you on that.
Yeah, no, this is good. This is good. We're going to record it and send it over to everybody. But I got some really good feedback from the last one we did, and I think Joe and Charles was on it as well. So good to see you guys back out, ready to learn. This is all learning information, guys. It shows me that you're willing to learn, willing to be present. Let's get rocking and rolling. Firstly, I want to say, guys, appreciate your time today. I'm going to make sure I deliver the most value I can per minute to you. Last time I did this, I got really good feedback from Joe and Charles. It was about how to remove yourself from the business so that it can run without you there. Edison and Sarab, I hope that you get the same amount of value. What we're going to do, guys, is my presentations are very structured. It should go for about 30 minutes. We're going to go over everything, and then I'm going to give an opportunity to answer some of your questions. And if you at all, guys, have anything...
I guess they're running around.
I might just mute it. And if you guys have any questions, I'll pause and take it. Thumbs up if we're ready to go. We all good? All right. Let's get crack-a-lacking on this fine Thursday. Hopefully the weather's as good as it is today in Melbourne, Victoria. Okay, so today's workshop is how to master local area marketing without wasting money. Now, this was voted by you guys as one of your areas of improvement. Now, it was a tiebreaker between this and how to improve renewal rates. This one won by, I think, 2 votes. So obviously local area marketing and not wasting your money is an important thing for you guys. So we're going to get into it. I'm going to share with you some tips. Guys, this is going to be super actionable. I hate learning things and not applying it. When I was at university, if I learned something and I didn't apply, it was a waste of my time. So there's going to be actionable steps here on how you can master local area marketing without wasting money. Okay. These are the key outcomes for today's workshop. We're going to talk about how to craft the killer offer, how to name the killer offer, how we're going to use local language to supercharge your offer, how to create a marketing material in bulk for your local offer, pumping up the numbers, and then we're going to talk about measure, adapt, and scale. Sound good, guys? Those are our outcomes. Okay. Joachim, I'm going to pick on you. I want to give you a scenario. Scenario number 1, I want you to tell me which one you would choose. You're a parent scrolling on Facebook, it's midnight, and you see an ad or something. Enroll now into our grand opening classes in Victoria and get a $10 sibling discount. Joe, how does that make you feel? Is it exciting? Ready to take action?
It really depends. I don't have a sibling for my daughter, so I'm scrolling in the midnight and then I'm looking at...
Let me run you through scenario 2 now, and then you'll know how to answer the question. Yeah. You're a parent scrolling on the same website. You now see this. Enroll now in our grand opening classes in Little Boomers Cranbourne. Receive a Grand Slam bundle pack, free basketball, handball, ticket to win a lifetime hoop, and a free holiday camp, valued at $149. If you saw those 2, Joachim, which one are you clicking on?
Of course, the second one.
Why is that?
There's a lot more detailed in there.
Yeah.
Versus a $10. Yeah.
Bang on the money. So guys, the first principle that we need to learn about crafting local area marketing is we need to fix the offer. We need to create a really compelling offer. This is your baseline. This is your first starting point. Before you ask yourself, where are you going to target? Are you going to go to the schools? Are you going to do a Facebook ad? Are you going to do a newsletter? The first thing that we need to nail down right is the offer, because if the offer isn't attractive and appealing to the person you're targeting, it doesn't matter how much marketing you do, you're not going to get the end goal of conversions. So step number 1 in local area marketing is you need to craft the offer. A weak offer kills your local area marketing. I gave you an example before. Enroll now and get a $10 discount. Like, I see some of these offers, not you guys, other companies. Enroll now and get $5 off your first order. Something like that isn't going to drive action. It's not going to drive conversion. It's not going to drive somebody to stop and scrolling and say, oh my God, a $5 offer, especially now that coffee's $5 or $10. That's not going to get them to move that needle and take action. You want to craft a really good offer. For example, enroll now and get a free basketball and a holiday camp. Now, I want you to stop and pause. Enroll now and get a free basketball plus a holiday camp valued at $109. How much does that cost you, the franchisee? That costs you $20. That's how much a basketball costs right now to purchase it from us. How much perceived value does a parent see in that? That's $109. $70 for a holiday camp, $39, because that's how much you charge the parent for a basketball, $39 for a ball. All of a sudden, the holiday camp doesn't cost, because if you're running camps each holiday, a free camp is just a free spot in the program. That doesn't cost. You're running camps either way. When you look at that offer, enroll now and get a free basketball plus holiday camp valued at $109, it costs you $20. The value to the consumer is $109. That's what you want to be thinking about when you're crafting your offer. It's not a discount. I think we all know by now, I don't have strong opinions on discounts. It's not a discount. It's a value offering to make your offer more attractive. So step number one in local area marketing and mastering the game of local area marketing is crafting the offer. I'm going to take a time to pause now, guys, and I want to get your feedback or answer any questions that we might have. You can come off mute.
I think your point is right, Emil. Perceived value plays a bigger role while going into these things, and as compared to getting $5 or $10 off, people are smart as well, right? They'll be thinking, okay, I have an enrollment, $190, I get $10 off. Nah, that doesn't add up.
Yeah.
Versus this, all right, the same amount, $190, but I'm getting something like this. All right, let's go for that.
100%, Sarab. It's a lot more appealing. Like if you're a parent and you say, if I sign up, I've got my July holidays, I've got a free camp in July,
Yep.
I've got a basketball as well, little Jimmy can play in the backyard. That is going to give you more conversions than, $5 discount, $10 sibling discount. Good point. Charles.
No comment.
Good.
Agree with everyone.
Is this making sense, guys, so far? This is probably the most important part of marketing, because if you go to market with a very poor offer, it's not going to work. And then we're going to say, like, marketing doesn't work. So I just want to confirm, Joe, Edison, is this kind of clicking?
Yeah, it does make sense. It does
Cool.
make sense. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So step number one is taking the time to craft the offer. Once you've crafted your offer, we do number two, which is name the offer. This is really funny. So we're in June right now. What are you guys getting hit with on marketing at the moment? I'll tell you what I'm getting hit with. What are you guys getting hit with marketing on Facebook?
End of
TV, on
financial year.
Yeah, Charles, end of financial year. Now, I'm seeing dealership ads. I'm seeing Facebook ads, end of financial year, end of financial year. Guys, it doesn't make a difference if you buy something now or if you buy something in July. You just claim it for that year. So this whole end of financial thing it's a psychological phenomenon to get you into the mode of buying. And it goes back to the fundamental principle. People need a reason to buy. They just need a reason, a season, something. And we see this a lot, like Officeworks, always 1 to 2 weeks before school starts, back to school special, back to school special. Then we get Easter, Easter special, Easter special. What we want to do is we want to wrap the offer like you would for a Christmas present. And you want to use seasonal names. For example, we're approaching winter right now. I think winter just started, 1st of June. Winter special, back to school bonus, winter special offer for parents in Craneburn. All of a sudden, we have our attractive offer and we're tying it into a theme or a season, which gives the parent a psychological reason to say, you know what, it's winter. I don't want to do outdoor sports anymore. It's maybe a bit more safer and cooler if I go, and warmer if I go indoors. So the second thing you want to do is, once you have crafted the offer, you want to name the offer. And by the way, if you can get it to rhyme or to make it catchy or to add alliterations, you get bonus points, because it really, it rolls off the tongue, and ChatGPT's really good. I'll put into ChatGPT, I've got an offer. Can you name it something and make it add alliteration, make it roll off the tongue? ChatGPT will spit you out 10 different names. So we want to name the offer, because you've got to give people a reason to buy. People need reasons to buy. I'm going to pause. Let me know what your thoughts are about step number two, guys. Give me your comments. Give me your questions.
I would say straight to the point. It's quite good. I mean, you make as many offers or gifts at the time it is shown in the right way. People might not get into that direction. So I mean, you're hitting everything right. I mean, I'm really liking those to the point things.
Yeah, I do this process all the time, guys,
That's right. Yeah.
when I'm doing a local area market. I've been doing this for 5 years, so I've
Yeah.
figured out what works and what doesn't. So I'm glad
That's right.
I'm going straight to the point. I want to make sure you guys are getting value. Guys, can you also, is this helping you? Is this what you're after? Because you guys said mastering local area marketing. Can I just get a quick in-person check? Is this so far helpful and knowledgeable?
Yes, definitely.
Awesome.
Definitely, yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Edison, how are you finding it so far? You've been around for a long time. How are you finding it?
Yeah, good. Because seasonal marketing is very important. We use it a lot, especially on the Facebook group, Facebook groups.
Yeah.
Because you'll find like you should know your area. Like there's a lot of kids that does soccer, netball, a lot of outdoor sports. So you gotta start thinking about, because we do get a lot of kids that does who we call seasonal members.
Yeah.
So they only come for like winter, because they don't want to do outdoor sports on the winter, obviously. So you're gonna target those families. So Facebook ads with your catchy phrases like don't want to do outdoor blah 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 this winter.
Yeah.
Join us, indoor this and that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, Edison. And you mentioned a good point, which is knowing what your local area marketing is, because seasonality trends change. Campbellton and Camden might be different to eastern suburbs and Ryde, for example. So you do need to understand your local area marketing demographic. But I also want to give you this example. I was having a chat the other day to somebody, right? And I was like, man, there's always something that I'm getting marketed on. Like, for example, in January, it was New Year's sales. And then what happened right after New Year's sales? Valentine's Day. When Valentine's Day finished, where did they go to? Easter. It's Easter. Let's start buying this. What happened after Easter? Now it's June, end of financial year. What's going to happen of June? Halloween. All right. And then there's Father's Day. Then there's Mother's Day. Then it's back to Christmas. And then
There's
Black
Black Friday as well.
Black Friday, Charles. And the cycle goes on and on and on and on. And the consumer just pulls out their wallet. Oh, Cyber Monday sale. By the way, most Cyber Monday sales, it's the same price. They just inflate it and then reduce it. Cyber Monday sale, pull out the card. You know what? It's a good bargain here. I'm going to buy. So right now, a really good effective one for you guys to use would be Winter Special, because we've just entered winter. Term 3 is the highest enrollments across the network because parents transition out of outdoor soccer into an indoor venue. So Winter Special will nip it on the bud. Cool. Okay.
I got an idea. You know
Yes,
how
Charles.
our new franchisees, we get first 30 as the foundation members.
Yes.
Could we do another special after the first 30? The next 30 winter special, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, that's an interesting point, and something that I spoke to about Joachim last week, when Joachim said, what happens after we exhaust the first 30? Can we do something like maybe a free holiday camp for the next 30 to drive that 60? I think that's a good idea. I think we have to strategically do the offer. It's got to be different. It's got to be unique. We can tie in a holiday camp, but that's not a bad idea. It was actually something I spoke to about with Joe last week.
Because I was thinking of, it sounds a bit tame now. My wife bought these $2 Kmart basketball that turn into water bottles.
Nice.
And I was going to do like the next 30, get a free water bottle, but I don't think it's compelling enough.
No, it's not. And we want to keep it branded as well. I mean, if it's our water bottle, we got water bottles as well, which is good.
Okay.
Shop. But we want
Yeah.
to keep it branded, but that's not bad. But you can pair it, Charles. Let's say you pair it with a Boomers branded water bottle and
Yeah,
a
okay.
holiday camp. All of a sudden now, it's like, okay.
Yeah. Winter
That's-
special, holiday camp plus water bottle,
Yeah.
something like that. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. So number 1 is craft the offer. Number 2 is name the offer. Now, the third example I want to give to you guys is the importance of using local language. I want to give you an example right now. Imagine you're watching the news and you live in Belmore. I live in Belmore. And you chuck on Channel 9 and the headline says, New York City, hurricane on the way, pack up, start preparing. You're like, yeah, New York. Versus Belmore, hurricane, coming your way, which one's going to evoke more of an emotional response out of you?
Belmore.
Of course, Belmar, where you
The
live.
local as well. Yep.
Yes, 100%. And we are always attracted to local news, aren't we? Like if something happens in my neighborhood in Belmore, like I'm so much more compelled to it to if something happens in Sydney or surrounding suburbs. Local language is very important when you're crafting your offer. You want to make sure that you dial in the language to the local community. Is it Craneburn? Is it Edmondson Park? Is it Camden? Is it North Lakes? Is it North Sydney? You must use local language because if you don't use local language, I'll give you a classic example. Let's say, Sarab, I'm marketing you. I start off all the way at the top, broad, and I go down. World's best basketball program. Sign up for the world's best basketball program. Next one. Sign up for Earth's best basketball program. Next one. Sign up for Australia's best basketball program. Next one. Sign up for New South Wales' best basketball program. Next one. Sign up for Sydney's best basketball program. Next one. Sign up for North Sydney's most popular basketball program. Next one. Sign up at 123 Antonio Street, North Sydney. Now, even though the last one you can't target an address, that will be as specific as you can. Can you see how I went from top line, very broad, and then I narrow, all the way down to the local community, North Sydney, because that's Sarabi's location. Do you guys get my drift?
Yep.
People respond to local language. In your marketing materials, you need to use local language. Winter special, only for Craneburn families, happening in June. All of a sudden, special, value, Craneburn families, that's going to attract me if I live in Craneburn.
What if my suburb is North Lakes, but the whole area is called Moreton Bay? Can I use Moreton Bay?
Well, that's a good question, Charles. What you would need to do is you would need to determine which suburb resonates the most with the community. I don't know
Of
that.
course. Yeah, it's North Lakes. Definitely North Lakes. Yep.
If it's North Lakes, you go with North Lakes because, for example, Sarab's in North Sydney, right? If he says northern suburbs, that's broad versus North Sydney. So I would go with the suburb that your local audience resonates with the most.
And then what, the surrounding suburbs still appeals to that? I
Yeah,
guess?
it would. If North
okay.
Lakes is the most, it'll be North Lakes. North Lakes.
It is, because it's got the Westfield there, it's got the center, it's got the
100%.
presence, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I'll be doing.
So in our area, Emil, so we got North Sydney, but it goes all the way up to like beyond Chatswood, around Killara and those areas. And now I'm thinking from their angle, would they relate to North Sydney, or does it have to be specific to them? Like once you go past Chatswood, it's not North Sydney anymore.
Yeah. So Rob, that's a good question. You'd have to find out what are the goals.
Yep.
What are your goals? Now, if your goal is to drive enrollments in your North Sydney location, your local area should be branded as North Sydney. If you then open up a location in Chatswood or further out, you wouldn't say North Sydney, you would say Chatswood Winter Special. You'd want to change it to that because parents are only going to drive about 8 kilometers from the venue.
Yep.
We find on average, some do more, some do less, about 8 Ks. That's your radius.
Yep, understood.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
I've got the same sort of issues as well. Like I've got Cranbourne, however, the other two suburbs like Narre and Clyde, and obviously inclusive in there, but that's a different kind of suburb.
Yeah.
So should I just, I don't know, like when I do local marketing, should I just add them all in or just Cranbourne surroundings?
I would do, as long as it's within 8 kilometers of your venue. If it's anything more, it's not local to where you're running the venue.
Yeah. So like my location is called Cranbourne, right? My franchise location is called Cranbourne. My actual training location is Clyde.
Yes.
So
which one resonates locally more? Which one do people pick up more, Cranbourne or Clyde? Because I don't know.
yeah, it's actually a road sets them apart. This side of the road is Cranbourne, that side of the road is Clyde.
Which
And then I
one's
go down the other
closest
side.
Which one's closest to your venue? Clyde or?
Yeah, Clyde. It sits in Clyde, the location.
Okay. So then I'll be going with Clyde.
Okay.
But don't worry too much. I wouldn't change the whole thing right
No,
now.
yeah.
Cranbourne, but yeah, I would go with Clyde. Joachim, whichever one's closest and whichever one's more well known. That's the filter I'd use.
Okay, yeah.
Cool. Okay, this is good, guys. Edison, were you going to say something?
Oh yeah, I just want to add onto that because we got two areas, Camden and Campbelltown. And if you think about that, we're like, our location is like 30 minutes away from, from Campbelltown or Camden. So yeah, just focus on your local area, really. That's similar saying, like 10 to 15-minute radius, maybe like 8 kilometers, and focus on that. Your Facebook group should be on those areas where your suburb is, your location is. And obviously when you do shopping centers, you're going to be doing it as close as possible to your location, because there's no point marketing like half an hour away and they start inquiring about it and then say it's too far. So
100%. And Edison, for you, like, it's so much more powerful if you say Camden's basketball program than Southwest basketball program, because Southwest is so broad. It's like, dude, we're in Southwest, you know?
Yeah.
Good point. Okay, great questions, team. So just to recap, number one, we've crafted a really good offer that's attractive to who we're trying to target. We've named the offer, we've made it pretty, and we've added some alliteration or a catchy name. We then have used local area local language to the offer. We then tie it into the location. So combine the offer plus the name plus the suburb equals conversion gold. Example, winter special for Belmore families. Winter special, winter deal for Belmore families. All of a sudden, we're adding up all of these boosts and it's going to increase our conversion. Now, here's number 5. We've got the offer. We're ready to go. This is a killer, guys. If you've gone out of the way to make a really good offer and it's attractive and it's local and it's beautiful, unless you're a freelancer or you've got really good design skills, do not design the creative elements yourself. And I do this because I'm not the best of freelancers. You want to have somebody that knows how to edit a video or edit a graphic, because I can't tell you the difference it makes when you're on Facebook and you see a post that's got weird photos and the text are off versus a really professionally eye-catching image. It honestly makes night and day difference of whether someone clicks through. And I know sometimes, we like to be crafty, we like to be creative. Unless you're a freelancer, it's best you go with Amesh, who's our freelancer, and he will do really good creatives for you. And you don't want to do it in drips and drabs. You know me by now, I like to do things in bulk. So what I would say to Amesh or to my freelancer is I would say, hey, Amesh, I'm running a special promotion in location name. The offer is called name of offer, and I'm giving away XYZ, valued at whatever. I need your help in creating marketing materials in the following dimensions: an A5 flyer, a Facebook and Instagram post, 1080 times 1080, that's the dimensions. One video describing the offer in 1080, and vertical format for Instagram stories. When you're creating these, please emphasize the name of the offer, the value, and the expiry date. You must add an expiry date for every offer. Thank you. What do you think he's going to spit out? Something pretty good or something crap?
This is actually really, really good. Because I don't really have much happening on my Facebook or Instagram because I can't make it.
Yeah.
I got really no idea. So someone's sort of my sister-in-law, she's sort of helping me out, but she's working full time and everything. She's got her own life and everything. So I'm actually thinking it through, and then I'm actually resigning from a job very soon, within a couple of months. So really focus the whole thing on this. And then one of my target is during my free time, I'm going to actually do a Canva course and video editing or whatever I could get in digital marketing, so I could actually better equip for next term onwards. So this is actually really good. We need help with
Awesome.
And
Awesome.
This is important.
That's good, Joe. Well, I'm glad you're finding benefit, and congratulations on resigning from your job. Hope that goes well. This is like, see how this is so detailed. Like, a lot of people will go to Amesh, can I have this and that, just broad. If you give him broad instructions, what's he going to give you? He's going to give you a broad design back. This here automatically gives you an A5 flyer in case you want to do school newsletter, door to door, whatever. You get Facebook and Instagram posts at 1080t, 1080 times 1080, which is the dimensions for Facebook. And you've got one video that you can use for square and vertical, professionally done. You are ready to go to market now. Cool? And don't forget, you have to add an expiry date. Why is it important to add expiry dates to offer?
Bit of urgency to put in there.
Not a bit, it's a lot of urgency, Joe. 100%. It's a lot of urgency. Expires in June 30th.
Yeah.
Cool.
It starts sticking the mind that, hey, you need to act upon.
100%. 100%. Okay. So now what do? We've got the offer. We've named it. It's pretty. We've got our marketing materials. It is now time to pump up the numbers. When you are pumping up your numbers, guys, sometimes, and we think too small. I want you to make sure that when you're pumping your numbers, you need a big enough sample size. Sometimes we do 500 flyers and we think that we're going to get 50 or 100 bookings. Usually on a flyer drop, you get 1 to 2% conversion rate. That's somebody taking action. 500 flyers is a small sample. Think in the thousands, 5,000 to 10,000. That gives you real data. If you do 500, the sample size, it isn't enough. You're not going to get much data. So when you're doing your numbers, you need to think in terms of big. For example, 5 Facebook groups is nothing. 50 Facebook groups, awesome. You've got a lot of data. Does this take time? Hell yes. Of course it does. Is it harder? Yes. Is it going to cost you a little bit more? Yes. But it's going to give you the data to make the correct decision to move to step number 7, which is to measure and adapt. Every local market is a little bit different. Like Charles went to a Redcliffe promotion recently. That might be very good in his area. Joachim might go to a local market in his area and it might not attract the same amount of conversions or interest that Charles did. Every local area marketing is different. The only way for you to determine what works in your local market is to track, compare, and double down on what works. Track, compare, and double down on what works. Track where every customer came from. How'd you hear about us? Oh, I saw a flyer in the school newsletter. Hey, how'd you hear about us? I saw a flyer in the new school newsletter. Is this at this school? Yeah. Okay, awesome. Double down. Another flyer drop. Find out what works, get the data, and double down on what works. Double, triple, quadruple down on what works based on the data. That's step number 7. Measure and adapt. You got to shoot a couple of different shots to see what lands. I'm going to take the time to pause and answer questions.
No question as such. I like the approach.
It's a
Yeah.
sequence. It's a sequence too, guys. Step 1, 2, 3. It's a sequence.
We're lucky a bit in Queensland, Brisbane. It's families are very outdoors, so the markets really work. I set up the store and I got smashed with just parents and kids just coming up,
Yeah.
and they're very interactive. We're just a bit lucky here.
So Charles, that to me is an indicator that, because I know you've got a lot of interest from that Redcliffe, that should be your staple marketing promotion because it works very well in community. You might do, for example, Facebook groups, or you might do a Google search or something, and that might not yield a good result like it did for you recently. So I would be, if you get good success from that, you found your winner.
Yeah, I'm set up for this Sunday subject, and then I think next Sunday is going to rain, so
Yeah.
I'm just banking this winter period. It doesn't rain the next 2 months, so I can just keep smashing that markets
Sure.
marketing. Yeah.
And I also want to go back here. Sorry, guys. I want to go back here to pump up the numbers. I'll give you a story. I was listening to a guy that does marketing, and he was mentoring a young person that wanted to improve his business. And he said, you know what, you should do flyer drops. The guy said, yeah, no worries, I will do flyer drops. So he does 500. He does 500 flyer drops, and he didn't get a single call. Nobody called him up after the 500. So he calls up his mentor, and he said, you told me to do 500 flyer drops and it's going to improve my business. I haven't had a single lead or a single conversion. What a waste of time. The guy says, see, that's interesting. How much did you test with? He said 500. He said, call me back when you get to 10,000. We have enough data. And then he hanged up the phone. And that was a real story I was listening to from someone. So we need to always understand that we've got to pump up the numbers locally. Sometimes we think we've done a lot, but really it's small in the grand scheme of things. And this is probably the most challenging part. All right, I'm going to take a pause. Guys, can we come off mute? Are we finding value? This is really compact value. Are we finding value so far? Is it helping you learn what you came here to learn, which is mastering local area marketing? Some feedback.
Yes.
Cool.
It certainly is. I had a few ideas in my head, but I think the way you laid it down, it's I think I was thinking the same direction. So it's actually bolstering me that, hey, go and do it, and it should help.
Good. Bit of confidence. That's
Bit of
good.
more confidence. That's right.
Good. Edison, how are you finding it?
It's good, man. It's good value, like, because obviously, what we're doing in our local area is obviously working, and it's nice to hear what others are doing as well. But yeah, I just want to highlight that. Just hang on a second. Hey, what are you doing there? Get off.
Yeah, you tell them, Edison. Tell them to get off.
Yeah, I just want to highlight to you guys that do not focus on giving away freebies, because Emil can tell you that when I was starting, I keep saying, oh, we should do discounts, we should do freebies and that, but you know, we ended up not doing it. But our classes is always fully booked, to be honest. And yeah, you just gotta, you know, have a balance of how much you give, because yeah, it doesn't, you know, it doesn't really add too much value on your offering if you're giving too much freebies, because you know,
Yeah.
you're trying to attract them with giving away too much stuff, and they're thinking that's probably, they're not getting enough students, this and that, they're probably crap, you know. But yeah, just balance it.
Edison, if you don't mind sharing, if you don't mind if I share a story of a conversation that I had with you,
Mm.
I think the audience would appreciate this. Guys, Edison runs a venue at St. Francis College, and he's running his class on the court, and there's like a direct competitor on the other side running their classes. So the parent pretty much gets to see two different programs right then. And Edison called me, and you know, he was a bit worried and concerned, thinking like, you know, these guys are charging a lot cheaper. I think they were charging cheaper. Jumpstart Edison, they were charging cheaper than what we were charging, and obviously, you know, that could concern you, seeing how a parent's like, oh, maybe I'll just jump onto the other side. So there was a bit of that concern, and there was a bit of that temptation for Edison to say, look, maybe we should drop our prices. We should, you know, drop this, offer a discount. And we went back and forth, and I said, Edison, with price dropping, number one, it's unintelligent. Anyone can do it. Anyone can drop their prices. It doesn't require any strategic thinking. I'll drop it by $10. Like, anyone does it. That's why everybody does it, because it's so easy. Number two, when you drop your prices, do you know what it becomes? It becomes a price war to the bottom. And then it becomes a price war. Okay, you dropped it. I'm going to drop it more. And then I'm going to drop it more. And then I'm going to drop it more. And then what's that mean? Your margins get squeezed and squeezed and squeezed and squeezed. All of a sudden now, you're fighting a price war with the person next to you, and it's a race to the bottom. Is that a race that you guys want to be in, where you're just guy next? No, you don't want to be. You want to position yourself as a premium program that has got a wait list, because you deliver such an exceptional service to your parents that parents are telling parents, and they're happy to pay the extra $15, $20, $30, $40 because they're getting quality training. Now, does that mean everybody's going to come? No, there's some parents that just say $40, $50. I don't care. 50 kids on the court, he's getting a run. Oh, good. I'll pay $50 less. Man, you're going to get those parents. But that was a really good conversation that I had with Edison. And I think since then, I mean, Edison's numbers speak for himself. He's busy a lot of the time. So that was a little conversation I wanted to share with you we had with Edison last year.
Yeah, that was like a year and a half ago now, I think.
I think it was a while ago, wasn't it?
But yeah, so just to let you know as well what we've done. So we did a little bit of research on the competitors, why they're offering such, you know, cheaper prices. So what we found, you know, was a lot of them are doing the age group like 5 to 12 years old in one class, like maximum of 30 kids in one class. So you need to know your local competitors, why they do it, how they doing it, why they doing it, why can they do it cheap? Because you're gonna get a lot of questions why yours more expensive than this basketball club. So it's nice to know why, and yeah, you'll get your numbers. We do get a lot of numbers from other basketballs coming to us because of those reasons.
Yeah, 100%. And Edison made a good point. You got to know what your market is. You got to be able to have answers ready for if a parent says to you, "Well, why don't I just go there?" You know, you never bag the competition. You never bag it. You say, "Oh, Mrs. Johnson, by all means, I totally understand and I agree if you want to go with this program." We structure our program differently in the sense where it's only 4 to 5-year-olds. That way they don't feel intimidated when there's a 10-year-old on the court with them.
I actually think it's cheap. $195 for 8 weeks. I've got no parents flinching or hesitating.
Yeah,
That's good.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah.
When
Charles,
I'm speaking to them,
that's a
the
perspective.
term,
Yeah,
because I'm watching their body language when I talk about the price. No one's flinching.
Yeah,
So
it
actually,
depends on the demographics as well. I think
it does.
yeah,
Yeah.
my area's, yeah, lucky
affluent.
my area. Yeah. I don't know if that's the right word, but
But Charles, just remember pricing, how much it is subjective to the person. So 195
well,
might be a lot, might be a little.
a parent drops what, $200 on a day on time zone. So
Yeah, true.
195 spread out over 8 weeks.
True.
I'm watching their body language when I tell them the price in person, and no one's flinching.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So guys, as we're getting to the end, there's 2 more slides left. This is a summary of the 7 key principles that I spoke about. Number 1, craft the offer, make it irresistible. Don't make it a coffee discount. Craft the offer, make it irresistible. Number 2, name the offer, give it identity, use local language, speak their suburb, tie the location, tie it to the location so that it feels exclusive just for that local community. Number 5, create in bulk the marketing promo. Number 6, don't do it yourself, guys. Don't do DIY. It'll be a waste of all your hard work. Number 6, think big numbers, get the data. Number 7, measure and adapt, optimize the results, double down on what's working in your local community. It's not the same. Homework. You know, I really love applying knowledge because then it becomes a skill. If everything I just gave you right now doesn't get applied in the next 3 or 6 months, it is pure knowledge and not a skill. So here's the homework team for this week. And by the way, anybody else that's listening to this not live, I don't know who you are, homework still applies for you as well. Okay. Your homework. Number 1, craft your irresistible local offer. Number 2, name it like it's a seasonal special. Number 3, go to market with it this week. That's probably a bit stretch. If you do, kudos to you. Go to market with it this month. Start small, test fast, watch what happens. That's our homework. Actionable homework to take everything that you learned and put it into actionable steps. And that's it, team. That brings us to the end of the presentation. How long did I take? 40 minutes. I want to take this time to pause and answer any questions or comments that you guys might have.
I'm good. I'm excited about the homework. First time.
Yeah.
Usually I'm not.
Yeah, I'll think about it too, the homework.
Yeah.
And probably apply it after June 17 if once the first 30 is locked in.
Yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
of another offer, winter
Yeah, for
special
sure.
offer.
For sure. And there's a lot of branded merchandise, guys, that you can buy, water bottles and stuff. Very, very inexpensive to you, the franchisee, but high value to the parent.
I might apply the same concept. The next 30, 1 in 30 chance to go get a free holiday camp, something like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Go on a draw, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Joe?
Yeah, look, Emil is really an eye-opener for me. I mean, we have the similar conversation like you and Edison had before. And yeah, so this is really an eye-opener for me. And then, and really thank you for this. Actually, I needed this just to get my perspective right. Also, I think that offer kind of thing, that's I've been thinking. And then one of the things I want to share with everyone is winter is very cold in Melbourne. and I was actually by inners for my daughter, which is when I went to Sydney, and then I saw a few people actually they're wearing jackets inside, and then I was thinking probably we could actually buy something which is a inner, I think thermal clothing for sports. I'm not really sure what is it called. Yeah, I forgot exactly what is it called. It's like a thermally wear it inside to keep yourself hot. So I'm actually thinking of buy some of it and then probably put it in after the 30 for the parents in there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bit of smart. Tie it in with winter. It's good.
Yeah. So that's what I was actually thinking of it. And yeah, probably yeah. I was looking at it, but yeah, look, this is really a eye-opener again. The way I was thinking plus the way you're thinking is really different, and then I think this will make more sense.
Mhm.
And one of the key for me is getting the details of the outsource guy. Sorry, what's his name? Emish. Yeah. So definitely we'll be using it a lot. Yeah.
Good.
In
Very
terms
good.
of this, yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
glad
Does
that you got
he
back.
have what's his business name or what's his contact details?
It's on the Franchise Resource Center, Charles.
Okay, sure.
Emish, he's on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yeah, he's on there for you guys. But guys, I just want to quickly come around, and I would love to get your feedback on what you thought of this. Is my second live training workshop. I'd love for you to score it out of 10. Let me know what your feedback is, and if you would like more of these optional workshops. Sarab, go up first.
I think this is really, really informational and actionable. And yeah, I would say 10 on 10 for this one. This is my first one, but I would give 10 on 10 because it gives a very good straight direction of what needs to be done, and comes from experience of what has been working. So combined with the expertise that we might have and using Amish as well, it'll really help our branch there. So I would like more of these. Let's see what the next topic could be, but this one was really good.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear, Sarab. Charles?
Yeah, 10 out of 10. Always keen to learn.
Yeah, soaking it all up. Edison, you've been for a while. How did you find today?
It's good, man. Like, yeah, we're gonna be 2 years.
Yeah. When's our 2-year anniversary?
Yeah, so it's just it's nice to still, come on this kind of session. So at least, gives me like a refresher course,
Yeah.
and get onto the things that probably something's not working. It gives you these ideas, probably new ideas that we could be doing. But yeah, it's really good. It's really good. I like it.
Edison, both Greg and I are focusing on more of this type of stuff. Like we got the monthly on the Monday ones on the first Monday. I know the last one got cancelled, but every Monday we do our brainstorming. That's the mandatory one. This one's the optional one. We're trying to offer more support in the form of this. Are you finding it beneficial? Because you've been around for about 2 years. Do you find this stuff beneficial?
Yeah, because sometimes you ask questions on the group chat, and then obviously everyone's busy. You don't really get what you're asking. It's just nice to see people, and nice to hear what they think of something that you're on about. But yeah, just seeing faces, discussing things, what we can do better. I think this is it's just better.
That's good. I'm glad you're liking it, Edison. That's what Greg's eye focus has been for the last 90 days. Cool. All right, Joe, anything from your end out of 10?
No, look, I could give it 11 out of 10, I would say. Look, I think in general conception, it's like all the idea comes in our head. However, how to put it together, we don't know how to do that. So you're doing a great job. Even the last one, including this one, is really great and really helpful. Yeah.
Awesome.
Keep up more, and then would love more something like that. Yeah.
We're doing these once a month. I'm doing these.
That would be great. Yeah.
So I'm glad you guys are finding value. The fact that you're getting value from it shows me I'll continue to do these monthly. I'll put another poll out for what we're going to focus on next.
Also, just one more comment. It's probably the workshop or something like I think we are the new person here, Charles, and Rob is there. Probably I think it would be really good, like if we can have a kind of once a month kind of catch up, or maybe once a week kind of catch up, like with the experienced person like Edison or anyone there, just to see how we are doing things, and then whether we're getting any traction or not, they probably could give us more ideas. Like Edison has been very open, and then he's actually giving us a lot of ideas. Do this and then do
Yeah.
that. Probably
Yeah.
would be helpful. Like we're doing it what we feel is right, but again, if we hear it from the experienced people, that will be much more better for us, you know.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think, Joe, definitely. So that's why we're doing our the first Monday of the month. That one, we want everybody on there because we want our experienced high performer franchisees to give guidance and mentorship to the new ones coming in. So that, and so far the feedback of that has been good. I'd also recommend, you know, Edison, he's a model franchisee, and we've got a couple other model franchisees. Joe, now that you've seen the face-to-face, I'm sure he works hard. Does nurse. I'm sure if you buzzed him on the phone, he'll be more than happy to have a phone conversation with you to offer a lending ear, because Edison's been like that with day one, and he started in your shoes a year and a half. So we got our monthly one every Monday, but don't be shy to reach out to Edison. Edison, can I jump on a quick phone call? I just want to run something by you. Edison, you've been nice like that in the past.
Yeah, I have actually asked him. Yeah.
Look, yeah, I can't really comment on the weekly meeting because we're always busy.
Yeah, weekly.
As you can see, this is our after school. So
Humping.
yeah, I'm always on my classes. But yeah, you can always give me a ring, you know. I'm always happy to, you know, answer your questions and share you what, you know, what we're doing in our area.
Yeah.
Joe, make sure you pencil in the first Monday of the month. I don't think you were at that last one, so don't forget that one. Pencil it
I
in.
don't think I've actually do I have it on my calendar.
It should be on your calendar. If you're subscribed to the Little Boomers calendar,
Yeah,
the
it
monthly
is,
success
yeah.
meetings,
Yeah.
100%. So lock it in.
Yeah.
All right. Hey,
Yeah.
gang. Firstly, I want to say thank you for jumping on. I'm glad you found value from it. Can't wait to see you guys on the next one. I'll send a video recording out on Monday. Hope you guys have an awesome week.
Yeah,
You're
everyone.
Thanks,
Thank
Carl.
you.
See you
Bye.
guys.
Adios.
Bye.